And we're live. Hello everybody and welcome to today's A1 action around the circuit de Interlagos, Colas Patio, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. I wish I'd have done my research. I am Nene037, commentator for you, and today we have Turbo with the absence of NSX Berra.
Hello everybody, nice to see everybody here for the penultimate round at Interlagos, and I'm sure not just myself but you are also very excited.
Of course, you know, it should lead some very good racing out there today. It's a track that promotes overtaking.
Yeah, and a track that always provides action.
Yeah, I'm on board with Cavillion at the moment, as he's probably the first person to start his lap going around the final
It is
corner.
MMA/'s first one on track at this stage. He will be the first one to start his flying lap.
Oh, are you sure? Yes, you're right. Oh, no, I'm wrong. As he goes around the centre S's and keeping it nice and close to the inside of the curb just to carry as much speed as possible down the straight. Now, I'm looking for something. Good.
Very beautiful line there. Actually, I have to compliment Slash's new helmet. It actually looks very, very nice indeed. And one thing the drivers will have to watch out for is corner cutting at the center S. It's really easy to corner cut at the middle part of the S and invalidate your lap. So we're gonna have a lot of interesting time within the race. I think a lot of guys are gonna have to watch out for their penalties. It's always something to keep an eye on.
Heading down into Junsao, braking at the 50-metre board, just getting it turned in, not quite finding the apex they did like. It needs to be on the inside curb really, just to make it, you know, turn the car in a little bit more. But here we go across the line. Slash has run out of deployment of his ERS, and it's a first lap.
It's the inside.
It's a 1 at 08.3, which is not that great. We're looking for mid 107 really to be challenging anything. As Jojo goes
I think we need to wait for
there.
There we go. I think some of the drivers are also waiting for the track to rubber in a bit, but that's a very good lap from Jojo there for a bank setter. That's very, very good lap indeed.
Half a second clear of those main rivals at the moment, but expect them all to be in the 107s, really, like Owen and guys like that. Last year's pole was a 107.5 by Montana, so that's what they've got to aim at, really. But obviously track evolution will come to them at some point close to the end of the session, so I'm expecting that to happen. No rain on the horizon either, bright sun, so it'll be very hot out there. So
actually quite interesting, Luke Vettel is the only one actually at this stage out on the mediums, so he might be trying a different strategy to the rest of the guys.
And also GMCK and Bois Paul's on the mediums as well. Well, Bois Paul's come into the pits, I think. I think he did one lap. GMCK is on the mediums legitimately. He's out there on track. I think he's gonna jump into the pits.
Oh, GMCK is also into the pit lane. That's weird.
Yagisson has invalidated his lap. Simba is out there on the track going through these two hairpins, just back-to-back hairpins. Very difficult. And as well carrying as much speed on the exit as you possibly can without running wide. It's a bit repetitive, so I've been slapped in the face 3 times. Really. It's just like, what? There's one, there's another one, there's another one. As Simba went purple in the middle sector, by the way.
Oh wow, okay, let's keep an eye on him.
As he's coming to line, he did lose it a little bit into Junsao though. As he comes across the line now, it's nowhere near, as it proves
E7
to be. It's 1.1 seconds off though. So a lot to find there.
Ooh, Simba has a massive moment coming out of the center S.
He'll be on a cooldown lap anyway, I think. But everybody's done their first runs and really in the pits, so we've got Slash who's already on his second run on them soft tyres. They'll have 3 sets of soft tyres for this qualifying session, so expect 3 runs. I'm not expecting them to rush the runs, but Slash has gone out quite quickly, and Jojo as well. I mean, there's
Yeah,
12 minutes
drunk.
of this session left, so you can go out a little bit
Yeah.
later, in like 2 or 3 minutes. With a bit of track
Yeah.
evolution, you might be able to go a bit quicker, etc.
Yeah, I think there will definitely be more grip on track at the end of the session, so you'll have to keep an eye on that. And there's a lot of guys just quickly coming towards the line now, one of the alphas as well.
Yeah, there's a yellow flag in sector 2, I don't know who that is. But on board with Slash at the moment in the racing point with his nice pink, fluorescent pink helmet. Comes across the line to start his lap. Currently in P3, needs half a second to get anywhere near Jojo. Be interesting to see if we can get any purple sectors like Simba did. But he definitely has a lot to gain on that time. He was fairly confident coming into this. He's improving by 1,000th of a second in the first sector. He needs slightly more time than that. He went purple as well. So I'm wondering why they were losing all the time. Is it just the last corner? Because Simba got purple middle sector and then was like a second off. I mean, the last sector
really
is only one corner as well.
Yeah, but it's really easy to lose the rear end coming out of the final corner, especially if you go onto that outside curve. So you really have to be very careful with your throttle application if you want to come out of that final corner with the best possible slingshot, if I can put it that way. It is a tricky corner, and if you get it wrong, it bites you hard.
And it's a purple middle sector for Slash as well. And it looks quite nice in that last sector. He's going to get a little bit of a tow from Luke Vettel, who nearly goes into the side of his rear wheel. But here comes Slash to the line. Will he be able to get provisional pole? No.
Oh, 8-0.
So that's just,
throws Owen from P2.
that really back up to the view that they're losing so much time in that sector because he purpled the first 2 sectors from where I was from. So, and one corner has ruined it.
Yeah, that one corner is biting most of these guys in the rear, which is a very interesting thing to say the least. It usually isn't just that one corner that catches so many drivers
he's nowhere near the apex. They just slid off the track pretty much. So maybe they're just braking too late. I mean, Owen's in the pit, so that's the end of that. James CK has gone up to P3, by the way. Still 3/10 off though. Pavilion's just starting his lap now. Craig's gone up to P6.
Yeah. I'll stay on board with Pavilion and quickly check his sector times. Pavilion gets a beautiful run through the center S's. He's got a very good slingshot now onto this first back straight. Opens up DRS. Red Bull looking fantastic as ever, topping out at 332 kilometers an hour, which is actually quite low compared to some of the other drivers. I think Pavilion might be running higher wings for the middle sector.
Yeah, I think there's a few guys out there that are doing the higher wing tactic. Now, it might explain why their run to the line isn't purple like the rest of the lap. Maybe Jojo's gone for a more an overtaking setup. But we'll have to wait and see how that plays out in the race.
Pavilion needs a perfect apex. He's now coming towards Jung Sao, the final, really actually the final corner here at Interlagos. He is purple middle sector by 1.5 tenths. Now running towards the line, flat out all the way. I'm actually going to keep an eye on this. I actually want to keep an eye on his top end because I think he is running higher wings.
Yeah, but here he
hugs the inside, hugs the pit wall, and he goes quicker, but he stays P5. Yeah. I definitely think some of these guys are running higher wings.
Yeah, because he's a long way off and he's going purple again. So I'm not 100% sure unless they've decided to change purple to personal best rather than PB overall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit confusing why they're all going purple and then nothing's threatening that time.
Yeah, and the thing is that the first and third sector is such a big top end zone. To me it isn't worth it to run higher wings. I'd rather go lower wings and be good in the first and third sectors. The second sector you can hang on to the corners.
Packy G hasn't got a front wing. He's running an 80s version of that Renault. He's gone back in time. But he didn't want a front wing, just a ground effect car there.
As Jojo is just starting a flying lap now. So our provisional pole sitter at this stage is going for another flyer. Takes a very tight line coming out of the third part of the center ace. Wow, that was a really tight line going through there.
Yeah,
he goes purple first sector.
Are we on board with Jojo? Jojo's invalidated his lap.
Oh, where did I didn't see where he invalidated. He must have
If
gone
you
wide
get,
going into
if you get
the
the
third
track
corner.
map up, it's
Fourth,
all
fourth
red,
corner.
so it means it's invalidated. Barry showed me that. That's what I click myself. As on board with Cavillion, who's been on that tyres a bit longer than he'd possibly like. Oh,
Oh,
he's
he just
invalidated.
invalidated.
And that's one part of
Just
the track where you can pick
invalidated.
so many warnings up just running a little bit too wide on that curb. And I think it's a little bit harsh. I think you should be able to run on that curb, and then obviously
Yeah.
if you get a little bit off that curb, then you know, and then start giving the warnings out. But if you run that curb at all, it seems to be an invalidation. And it says
Game
now
Mark
that
just went purple middle sector by almost 3/10. So let's see.
I bet you it's gonna be a mid 108. I can see it now. I can see it. I mean, look.
Let's see what he does.
Yeah, there we go.
1083. Damn, you hit it on the nose there.
So the purple sectors must be like personal best for them rather than personal best for the session, because
Yeah, it must be.
there's no way you're losing half a second just through one sector in one corner. There's no way
Unless you're really
everybody
crap
is.
at the final corner.
Well, can you explain why everybody's really crap in the final corner?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That is definitely just in the game giving us a little bit of a bigger route to follow.
Yeah, someone who's slightly out of position is Yagison at the moment, who's down in P8. Needs to find some time. He's only got a 0.6 to his name at the moment. He'll be hoping to join the 0.3s around abouts, but at the moment he's a little bit down. But he's keeping it nice and clean so far. He's a little bit off the apex there. Can definitely improve into that hairpin as we head around Junsao now. As that was not meant to rhyme, but it did. And yeah, it doesn't look anything spectacular. But we'll
Let's
see
if it goes quicker.
There's no purples.
Hugs the
in there.
inside.
0.2.
He does go quicker.
That's a nice
Beautiful
lap.
lap there from Yagi-san.
I didn't see no purples in there, but there we go.
108.2. That's also a brilliant lap just from Bois on pole. He just went P4 with a 108.1.
Yeah,
And
really
also
close.
somebody who's actually sniped himself into the top 10 is actually Craigleton, having a very solid qualifying so far in P9.
It's still a couple of tenths on what he did last season. So still time for him to be gaining. He got a 0.3 last season, so we'll be hoping he can just improve on that and get within that, top 5-6 battle. But it's very close.
Yeah.
From like second, well, Mark's gone to P2 with a 0.8 there. Didn't see that one.
We missed that quickly, but yeah, from P2 actually, okay, from P3 all the way down
To P8.
P8 is really close.
Just 3 tenths. It's not a lot. I'm on board with Drunkenstein, who looks a bit drunk at the moment. He was on the grass on a straight. In fact, he's coming into the pits because it's not really anywhere. Ferret's not on a lap. Packagey is, but we're not going to watch him for the moment. Yeah, everyone's really in the pits at the moment. Got Umatelli out there, a bit out of sync to everybody else. Trying to improve on his time. And has he pulled any podiums this season, Umatelli?
I think he pulled one back at Singapore, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he won at Singapore, yeah. And he hasn't done anything before or since. Really?
Yeah, that Singapore Grand Prix was an absolutely crazy one.
Yeah, his only win, podium, top 5 finish, everything. Yeah. But today is not exactly delivering either, so it's probably just a freak result. Judging on that. But everybody's in the pits, pretty much. We've got Ferret de Souza out there. He's improving by 3 tenths, just over. Again, he's not going to get himself in the top 10 with that. He's sliding all over the place, which tells me he hasn't been doing a lot of practice. Because you should be able to get the control of the car by the time you get to qualifying. Instead of sliding it like a rally car. So get some time
Playing
out of
Formula
it.
D, not Formula 1.
Yes, it's in Dirt Rally, wrong game. He gets a 0.7, not in the top 10, but just outside, being out qualified by his teammate Craig at the moment. He's out there now. Everybody's out there for their last runs pretty much. Except for
Yeah, everybody's got to come out as we have just over 2 minutes to go.
Should be very interesting end to qualifying. Jojo's going to be the first person to start his lap. Really, if anyone of any note, let's see if he can improve on that 0.8. I'm liking to think so. But that is the most horrific camera angle. It didn't change as we head through the centre S's. He runs all the curbs. It looks really nice and smooth through there. Doesn't lose the back end, which is an important factor as we head down into this left-hander braking just after the 100 metre, but about 75 metres to the corner. Running wide and he's invalidated it. He was going purple.
He's got time to go for one more. If he has put enough fuel in the car, he has time to go for one more lap.
What a stupid place to be invalidating your lap. And oh, GMCK is invalidated as well.
At the centre S, where I thought it was going to be a hard place to keep the cars from not invalidating.
Jorgensen doesn't invalidate his lap as he goes on his way. And also Owen hasn't invalidated his lap. Oh, a base span, and he's in the wall.
Oh,
the Red Bull
that's qualifying over for Owen.
He's doing a Kimi Raikkonen. He's gone for a little bit of an excursion. Surely he has to retire the car.
Yeah, that'll be the safest option, to retire the car.
Because he's not going to get to the line, and he's not going to improve with no front wing. Maybe he's just waiting for all the cars to pass to retire it. But back on board with people who are actually doing laps. We've got Jojo going back around again. Jagersen's coming to the line soon. Owen, I don't know what Owen's doing now. But I think Jagersen's getting a little bit blocked by Mark in the last corner. Oh, Mark! Yeah, he definitely got blocked by Mark there. Mark should have really got out of the way before then. Jagersen's in the grass and retired from the session. On board with Jojo. That's going to be a bit
of a Stewart inquiry.
I'd expect so as well. Jojo hasn't invalidated his lap this time. And the two Red Bulls in 6th and 7th, that would be a bit of a disaster of a qualifying for them. Constructors champions. No, that's not a great position.
Yeah, luckily there's no points for Saturday, as GMCK is only... Well, he just quickly had a little bit of a moment through the Senna S, but he is just half a tenth behind Jojo. So, qualifying, the results are getting all closer.
Jojo hit the wall, so that's the end of his qualifying.
Oh.
So what can Slash do? Because he's improving. Has he got a bit more in the tank? I mean, he's run out of ERS deployment.
No, there is not an improvement.
I think he invalidated it.
Juan Paul takes P2 away from GMCK with a 107.849, 2 thousandths of a second quicker than GMCK.
All eyes on Cavilion. As he's coming to the line, last person to the line, will he be able to challenge that pole position? Nowhere near.
No, only good enough for P5 with a 108.1.
Nowhere near. And then we've got...
Hats off to Juan Paul and GMCK for actually getting very good lap times in there at the end of the session. Only 2 1,000ths of a second separates the Renault and the Williams driver. That is intense.
Junkenstein does a 0.4 in the end, and that's really close. Look at the qualifying time. I mean, P10 is a 0.4. I mean, Junkenstein will not want that P10. He'd prefer to be P11 because of the fresh tyres that you get from it. Craig will be very happy with that in the end.
Yeah, I mean the entire grid. I mean, from P16 all the way to P4 are covered within the 1 minute 8 second bracket. So we've got a really good race on our hands, in my opinion.
Yeah, just over a second all the way down there. So that shows how competitive this is. This track is very close, obviously. With the track being so short, it brings everything closer together. And that's proved here today. I mean, I'd like to think Jojo, I think a few people could have improved on their laps there. I really thought that pole was there today. And yeah, they just got away. I think Mark would have thought as well, but...
Yeah, let's see if these guys can actually jump Jojo off of the line, because if they can jump Jojo, we've got an interesting race on our hands. But Jojo is so OP when it comes to his race starts. Okay, as we run through the top 10 guys, we've got Jojo qualifying in P1 for Haas, on pole P2, GMCK P3, Slash P4, Cavilion P5, Yagi is in P6 with Owen P7, Gamer Mark P8, VTech in P9, and rounding out the top 10 for Ferrari, it is Drunkenstein. And I don't know about you, but I've got a feeling we've got a very interesting race ahead of us. With the entire grid being so close.
Yeah,
let's just see if these guys can keep it clean.
Well, so Paul apparently said he had to lift on the straight, and that cost him pole because of something or other. And yeah, they're the differences. I think a few people ran out of ERS at the end of the straight as well, which could have done something. There we go. ERS is management again. I hate it. There we go. Yeah, it will be a very interesting race. Safety cars are likely at this track.
They're highly likely.
So it should mix it up a little bit as well. So there could be a surprise winner today. I mean, Owen possibly could be someone. I mean, he's down in P6.
Yeah, Owen, Gamer Mark,
even like
Slash
William possibly as well, being a bit further down.
Yeah, the thing for me about Slash is he just has to keep his nose clean for the first half of the race. There's always something that happens to him and then he chases down from behind. If Slash can keep a clean first stint, I think he's got a good race for the rest of it. He just needs to keep his nose clean.
Yeah, I remember Japan, he was in more incidents than he was racing.
Yeah.
He was more in the pits than there was racing laps. He was just going round.
But then I hear you say that.
But it's a little bit, not overcast, but it's a dark track, which tends to mean it's a cold track out there, which could be interesting. Cold tracks usually mean there's more grip on the track, because obviously getting tyre heat is important, but
yeah,
cold tracks,
there won't be a problem with tyre heating, but I think the drivers are definitely going to have more grip.
Yeah, cold tracks usually mean quicker tracks. The hot tracks means the tyres are more likely to overheat, and then you lose grip through that.
Yeah.
So,
I also think these drivers have to take it into their mind is that actually they shouldn't underestimate the oversteer of the car with heavy fuel, because still, even though the track is going to be grippy, heavy fuel can still make the car a little bit more more naughty on the rear end, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, it'll slide in the other stages. There's Luke Vettel left session and joining, so he'll probably rejoin in the race, I think, because his car's on the grid.
But actually, before we start, what me and Barry usually do, who is your top 5 for this Brazilian Grand Prix?
Oh, God. My predictions are usually horrendous, but I can't see anyone but Jojo taking the win. I'm going to go for GMCK second, Slash P3, Pavilion P4, and Game Mark P5.
Okay, interesting top 5 there, actually. I actually think Jojo's also going to take the win here today, but I think he's going to have a much bigger fight than he usually has. I'm going to go Slash P2, Mr. Yagisan's P3 after a very good race back in America. He's going to have momentum on his side. And then I'll go Owen P4, and I'm going to say Gamer Mark P5.
This race, I'm thinking Owen will struggle. For these last 2 rounds, he's been playing a lot more F1 2020 than 2019, so jumping between games is more difficult than it's perceived to be, even if it is the same.
No, that's a fact.
So, yeah, that could come into effect, and that might explain why he's spanning qualifying and made them mistakes. So, over 36 laps, I'm expecting a few mistakes out there.
Yeah, consistency is key here around Interlagos.
Yeah, as we're waiting for the start, obviously. A unique start
You
line
take
if
us
it's
away.
uphill, so there'll be less grip going up the hill, which will be interesting. We're waiting for some sort of lights there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights, and he went out very quick. And away we go.
Yeah, that was not a long hold.
Warren Pole is going to look at the inside. Jojo covers him off really early on, which is a great defensive move from the Haas driver. But side by side, no contact though, or is there? I think there was a bit further back. There's somebody in the wall.
Yagi's on his round. Yagi's on his round.
He's on the inside wall. There's a few dive bombs heading into this turn 4.
Ooh, Owen is way off track heading through the 4th and 5th corners. Owen backs off. He lets everybody pass it. Owen is down to P16.
Well,
oh wow!
That's your prediction gone out the window already.
Yeah, luckily I didn't put any money on it, but there's still a long race to go. We've still got 36 laps to go.
Yeah, as we head round this hairpin, that's a beautiful shot round the hairpin, and the off-board cameras. On board with GMCK, who's had a nice start in P3. There's been a lot of nice starts, really. I mean, Craig going for the medium tyres, going from P11 to P7 already, losing the back end for
Beautiful start there from Craigleton.
But gets away with it.
The thing is, you can one-stop this race from softs to mediums or mediums to softs, but you're going to have to be easy on your tyres. So these guys are going to have to watch out how aggressively they take the corners. But we've actually got Juan Paul tucked up right underneath the gearbox of our race leader, Jojo. I think Juan Paul is sniffing a little bit of a race win here. He's really keen to stick with Jojo.
Yeah, and don't rule out the cars behind. If they can keep in that DRS train and they get there on lap 3, then that will make things very interesting, because it'll just be one big train. At the minute it's down to P5, PCF1 VTEC, and he's in P6. He's made a good start as well. I think he started.
Yeah, awesome.
I think he started quite far down actually.
Our top 8 are all different teams. No, top 9 actually. So the entire top 10 is almost all the different teams. So in the constructors, it's going to be a very interesting result if it stays like this, which it probably won't.
Yeah, because VTECs have gained 3 positions. Craig going 4 at the start, so he avoided the carnage. So obviously we're looking at Jagerson, Owen. Obviously them 2 went backwards, and then he's gained 2 positions generally off the start. So that's especially on the medium tyres, going up the hill, less grip, going into turn 1. So fair and play to him.
DRS has been activated. Ooh, as Jojo runs very wide through the center estate, that's a warning. And also Juan Paul sticks himself with the penalty as well for exceeding track limit. But now the DRS has come into play, and these guys are gonna go hard for one another.
Yeah, GMCK is also staying within that second as well, and Slash is kind of hanging on for dear life. As look how close Juan Paul got through there. Very close. He's carrying more speed and everything. He's more confident than Jojo. You can see it in his driving. He's going for everything and anything at this point.
Juan Paul is really going for gold here at Interlagos. And if he and Jojo start battling, it's going to bring GMCK's Pavilion and Slash straight into the fight. So we just have to see who's going to make the first move.
Yeah, and obviously you can see the gap between, like, say, the medium tyres and the soft tyres coming into effect. From P7 there's a bit of a gap to P6. P6 is kind of on his own at the moment. And with Pavilion just hanging on to the rear of him, Juan Paul is getting very close, 3/10 going into turn 1. The second DRS zone though could be interesting, but oh, look at the understeer.
Oh yeah, that was a very bad run there through this NAS.
But the DRS will keep him in range quite nicely. Looking behind, we've got Mark there in the Williams. That's a very nice view of the Williams in the rear. I'm seeing how the trail braking works in this game.
Oh, we've also got a very good battle going between Ferrer de Souza and Drunkenstein for the final 2 points playing positions. At this stage, Ferrer de Souza is keeping that McLaren ahead of the Ferrari.
Also, Umatelli and really Simba as well, just in behind. They had a nice little ding-dong. And Simba comes out on top on that one.
As this lap around, it looks like GMCK is closer to Juan Paul than Juan Paul is to Jojo. So, Juan Paul does a terrible run through the final corner, and now heading down towards the line. GMCK is really close to the rear end of that Renault.
Yeah, he's a lot closer. Look at him with a little bit of slipstream, look how much he's gaining. He's going to be very close into turn 1, and use a little bit of a wide line. He goes purple and last sector to GMCK just because that massive slipstream he got, and he's going for it. He's using his hot lap, but he's not going to be close enough surely into the corner, but he's getting very close. He's going to go for it.
Overtake, dive up the inside.
And that's
beautiful move there.
If he keeps it on track. Oh, Juan Paul!
What did he do there?
He went to go and do the switchback, but there was no room. He went to go side by side up the hill. That is dangerous.
That was a big moment.
I didn't think GMCK would leave any room there.
Yeah, and also Jojo has officially broken that 1 second gap, so the cars behind will not have DRS on him. They're going to have to start working together. They want to stick with Jojo.
Yeah, GMCK's got to pull his finger out now to start challenging for the lead. Let's see what race pace is actually going. Slash has also been able to catch up to the back. And I've got lots of messages.
GMCK has got to be a sitting duck into the first corner without DRS. Oh, look at that massive dive from Warren Paul. He goes wide to the second part of the S, and GMCK gets a beautiful switchback.
But here comes Slash, everybody, joining the party.
Ooh.
Didn't see that one coming. The Racing Pointers, we've got a horrific camera view. Going to who will anyone punt GMCK? No, we get away with it. And he runs him off track, but he's allowed to do that if you've got the inside line. You've got the you've got the corner.
Yeah, Warren Paul left Slash a little bit out to dry there on the outside of the fourth corner. But so far it's going really, really interesting for these leading drivers.
Yeah, they're not really working together to get Jojo at this point. I think they've kind of forgot about that. Just going out there for pride, going for broke. Also, Gamer Mark. What do you mean my internet is not quality enough to stream? There's nothing wrong with the stream. Sorry about that. Gamer Mark is overtaking Craig and is also chasing after VTEC, so he's showing that he's got a little bit more pace than these guys, but unfortunately he's 5 seconds off the top 5, so he's got a lot to gain, really.
He needs to hope for a safety car, actually.
Well, these lot just keep battling like they are, because they're losing time all the time for this.
So once again, this top 5 is really about 2nd to 5th actually is very close together.
No dive bombs.
Gamer Mark has a look on VTEC, but he decides against it. Maybe going to try at the end of the lap, but he is very much closer than he was before.
Yeah, so Drunken Scene and Ferret are both going to catch Craig soon. Game Mark getting very close. 10-second penalty for Craig. That'll get removed. It's Craig Span.
Oh, he goes almost right in front of Simba there. That was really close. That was a little bit of a dangerous rejoining of the track, in my opinion. But I guess with dirty tyres, you don't have much of a choice.
No, you just get back on track as quick as you can. And he left the space, to be fair to him, just enough. So you won't get any.
Yeah, just enough.
You won't get any action towards that. Interestingly, JMCK has gained 4 tenths on Jojo on that last lap.
Damn, that's a good lap
so
there.
He's going for it.
I think Jojo's also trying to preserve his tyres to go for the very audacious one-stop from softs to mediums.
You can say that, but look how much JMCK has pulled on. Well, pulled them two are going side by side a couple laps ago. Now it's nearly a second. There's a VTEC is doing for the switch back on Mark. They're going to go side by side up the hill. No, not. He hasn't got the balls for it. Come on, man! You could have went for that. He just took off the throttle and let him have the position. What kind of racer are you?
Hey, come on, man. Get going with the wheel-to-wheel action. We want to see more of that.
Get your balls out. Let's see them.
Put him right on the table and show your money.
I think he's being given the snip, to be honest. Oh, Warren Paul's wide.
Look at Warren Paul. It's very wide there. And now Slash is already passed, and this will also bring Cavillion into the fight.
Yeah, he's going to have the overspeed on these guys. Into the second DRS zone, especially.
Cavillion has a look there. Warren Paul goes up the inside of Slash.
No contact, but this Cavillion has to play this smart, because if he uses the right line, he can do something, do some damage for these two. Are we going to go 3 wide? Are we going to go 3 wide? Are we going to go 3? Oh, he's thinking about it.
No, not yet. I think a 3 wide running into that corner would be quite violent. Those guys are going to struggle to go 3 wide through there. Not the thickest spot of the track.
Cavillion, don't try that. Jesus. As he nearly got pinched on the inside of the corner. Whew. That was close. Nearly went round into the infield.
The thing is, now if you're in Cavillion's shoes, do you go for an undercut when the pit stops start to commence, or do you stick behind these guys and just poach their DRS the whole time?
Well, it depends on the pace of the medium tyres. I mean, Craig's not covered himself in glory, so we can't really judge that. But if the soft tyres, 8 laps old soft tyres, are still quicker than them medium tyres, the overcut could be powerfuler. So you just don't know. I mean, history suggests that the undercut is more powerful, but how much undercut do you take, really? How long can these soft tyres go? It's picking your moment, really. And what will everyone else do is Bottom Pole's going to head down inside and Slash leaves the space. As we have an incident, I think that is a Sector 3 incident somewhere. I think
beautiful racing actually here today. We haven't had a lot of incidents yet, which is actually really good. These guys are actually driving really well.
Yeah,
usually there's chaos in the first 5 laps.
The racing has been better
definitely.
recently. I'm happy to say. Maybe the steward inquiries have helped with that. Being a bit more stricter recently. But, no safety car either, which is nice to see.
Yeah, not yet. As we're coming to the end of lap 10, we've now got Jojo leading the way with 1.7 seconds over GMCK. GMCK seems to have backed off a little bit. They've got Brown, Paul in P3 from Slash P4 and Kavillian in P5. The top 5 fight is going to get really interesting, especially if we do have a safety car later on in the race.
Yeah, I'm predicting something will happen. I mean, we've got no retirements so far, as Owen picks up penalty down in P15. He's having a bit of a shocker. I know he had to pit early on, but he's still a long way behind.
Yeah, but he's strapped on the hards. He's going all the way to the end, in my opinion.
And here goes Kavillian. He's going to stick his nose in. Does Warren Pole know? He did know. And here goes Warren Pole. And here we go, side by side up the hill. He's going to head it around the outside. Is he going to make the move?
He's thinking about it, but Slash keeps the inside.
Surely. They're still going side by side into the next 7.
Oh, beautiful racing there.
That's unbelievable move.
Right from the Renault Racing Point driver.
Here goes, Kavillian.
Kavillian!
He had the space.
He gives Slash a little bit of a love tap there.
If he'd have found the apex, he had the space there. Just needed to take a more shallow line into the corner instead of running a little bit wider for the exit. He could have really done something there, but Paul, what a move to get back past. But unfortunately, they're 3.5 seconds behind, and Slash goes for the undercut.
Oh, Slash is the first to blink. Slash is the first to blink. He's coming into the pit lane. Now let's see what tires he decides to run to the end. Will it be the soft or will it be the mediums or the hards?
Mediums. He's got the yellows.
Yep, it's the medium tires.
So now it'll be interesting. What traffic does it come out of? I think it'll just come out just behind Craig or there or thereabouts with Craig.
Yeah, behind Craigleton and Umutelli maybe.
Maybe Umutelli as well. Yeah, that has not worked out well for him. He wanted a gap, really, not a battle.
If he can make quick work of Umutelli, then it will work out. But other than that, it's not been the best decision for him. And let's see if one of the other leaders actually blinks and goes for a pit
Kavillian is ahead
stop.
of Bois on pole now.
Oh wow, we missed that completely while we were looking at Slash.
Yeah, so he's made the move somewhere on the lap. Bois on pole's using all the track and more through the last few corners.
Renault v Red Bull, Honda v Renault when it comes to the power, even though these cars are equal. Both of them are staying out with GMCK. Oh no, GMCK is actually into the pit lane. GMCK has blinked and is into the pit lane. So we'll see what he does. Is he also going for the mediums or is he going for the hards? He's going for the hard tyres.
But will he come out ahead? He probably will come out ahead of Slash, who's overtaken Omatelli. As Omatelli's going... no, he doesn't look. But he's going to come out well ahead of this, is he? Ahead of Ferret? That would be ideal. We've got
yellow in Sector 2. It's Owen's round. Owen's round in Sector 2.
Oh, I'm expecting
the end of Sector 2, just at the start of Sector 3.
As yeah, James A.K. has made that work a treat. He's up there in P7, just ahead. He's got a bit of a 2.5 second gap to Drunkenstein, but Drunkenstein should pit before he catches him.
Oh, Slash went side by side with Craigleton. Craigleton was way off track there, but Slash is now chasing down Simba and Ferry de Souza, who is just up the road from him.
Yeah, well, I'm on board with one pole. There is Owen retiring. I think he's in the pit lane. Where did he retire?
Oh, we've got safety car. We've got a safety car.
There we go. They're going to
Jojo has already passed the pit lane. Kavillian is in.
That is screwed him because he's got to go around the whole lap.
Oh, that has not worked out for Jojo whatsoever.
Kavillian and Brown Pole just get into the pit lane. So
this is going to cost Jojo a lot of time.
Also, GMCK is going to lose a lot of time. Is he? He's still pushing. He's going to still go for it. There it is. There's Cavilion. There's GMCK. This is going to be very close. Coming out the pit lane. There he is. GMCK retains P2.
Yeah, but by the skin of his teeth.
But Jojo's
So all
on
these
the
guys are going to have to go past the safety car because they have to wait for Owen to catch up as Juan Paul is completely off track there. He nearly ran into the back of Cavilion there. Oh,
But
good
will this
avoidance
work
there,
out
but
for Jojo?
we've got one polystyrene board less here at Interlagos.
Jojo.
Ooh.
Jojo. Does this work out for Jojo? Because the pace is neutralised. But when will they catch the safety car?
Juan Paul has retired from the session.
I think Jojo will be okay.
What has happened to Juan Paul? He has retired from the session.
Under the safety car.
Yeah.
He's been up there. Why is he up there?
He has, up at T5, he went into the wall. I don't know how he went off track, but he lost it and went into the wall.
I don't know if he just binned it or... Jojo's
that's actually...
predictably, but is Jojo's going to be in the lead still. Jojo leads still. He's well out in the lead as well.
And the thing is, Jojo's got a buffer now because GMCK, remember, has strapped on the hards. So he's definitely not going to have the pace that Jojo has. So if GMCK can keep Cavilion and all the other guys behind him, Jojo is just going to bolt away once again.
It depends if GMCK can keep within that DRS, really. I mean, he fell out of the DRS because of the battling last time. Will they be less battling? I wonder.
Yeah, but with the grip disadvantage of the hards and the mediums, he's gonna really have to work that Williams to keep within DRS.
But the DRS is worth at least 3-4 tenths a lap, I'd say.
Yep, definitely.
So that might cover the deficit. But we'll have to wait and see if he loses in the corners.
Yeah, he has to survive 3 laps now once again, because remember when the safety car gets deployed, DRS gets switched off until these guys have 3 full racing laps again.
Another person that I'm quite surprised hasn't pitted is Ferret. 14 laps on the mediums and he hasn't pitted.
I wonder why Desala did not go into the pit lane.
Unless
but look at Yagi-san as well.
one.
Yagi-san has done the same. He hasn't come into the pit lane.
Well, in his position, he should have definitely pitted. He's down in P12,
Yes.
He's got nothing to lose. Unless he was going to get lapped or something, then they'd have something to lose.
If I was Yagi-san, even though I'm going to drop to last place, I will pit right now because it's worth the new tyres.
Yeah. I mean, if people
And
like
he can run a set of
Slash,
mediums to the end now.
Slash, I'd say it's helped Slash get back in range. I know he's lost a couple of laps on them tyres, but he was nowhere really. He would have come out well behind everybody because he was in that battle.
Oh, safety car has really thrown a spanner in the works here. The question is, are we going to have a second safety car? Because if we are, Ferro de Sousa has played this perfectly. If we don't, he's really just shot himself in the foot. As Yagi-san has also not come into the pit lane, he has stayed out on his 14-lap-old mediums, which I personally don't agree with. He should have come in and swapped those tyres around. I'm sure the safety car's got to come in this lap. Oh, as we are nearing the halfway point of this race. I wonder how much chaos we're going to see on the restart.
Right, I'm back. There's the safety car's still out. I think
it's got to come in this lap. I'm almost sure about it.
There it is.
Yep, safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
It goes so late.
Actually, quickly see.
Last corner. Popeye gets a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. He hasn't even caught up with the safety car, bless him.
Yeah, he's a little bit far behind. But I think we've got to have a lot of chaos heading into this first corner as Jojo is weaving around quite a lot. And he is waiting till the last second to get this race back underway.
Jojo got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with GMCK.
Oh wow, that's going to play a big role at the end of the race.
Oh, and what a bad start for GMCK. Here goes Cavilion into turn 1. He's got the inside line, and that should be the position if he doesn't brake too late.
Yep, that's the position done there.
Nearly went round. Craig's in the pits for some reason already.
That's a very weird choice.
Here goes GMCK down the inside again. They're going to go side by side. GMCK slides like a bastard, but he survives.
Luckily for that, but that is now Cavalier up into P2 for Red Bull. Okay, he's the only man flying the flag for Red Bull as Owen has retired from this race.
And he really has got a job on his hands to get Jojo as well. He's already out of the DRS range. Craig retired.
Already.
Safety car. No.
I just want to say no. Please don't do that.
He's retired out there on track. His car is just wandering around. You can see it in the middle sector.
Yeah.
We've got our Ferret de Souza fan in the chat. He's one fan. Bless him. One more than most people. Remember that, Ferret.
Oh, as we are having Ferret de Souza going side by side with Slash as they nearly make contact there. That was a very aggressive weave there from Ferret de Souza. Heading into the first corner, it is Slash on the inside, but de Souza. Mark touch! Mark touch! Oh, and Mark's into the wall. Mark is into the wall.
He's very lucky. That wasn't going a bit quicker as his tyre was coming off.
Oh, that is such disappointment for Gamer Mark there. He went for an opportunistic dive, but just was a little too late onto the brakes.
Yeah, and looking further forward, the gaps are starting to appear already. Ferret is still in P5. I'm quite surprised about that, to be honest. I was expecting him to sink a bit quicker. Them 17 lap old medium tyres now. I'm expecting them to go about 22 to 25-ish. About 22 laps, I think. But I don't know. I haven't done any practice, so I can't say.
Now the mediums will be able to do 22 laps.
Yeah.
Not too hard.
Umatelli went back to the soft tyres. Don't know if that was a mistake, because Simba has ran a little bit wide. You can see the car just pushing out to the exit of the track. A little bit too much for his liking, and he's lost a lot of time to Drunkenstein. DRS enabled. We haven't had that so far. But the gaps are already appearing, which is quite a depressing sight.
Yeah, we're going to have Ferret de Souza, who's going to have DRS on Slash, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move. And he has got VTech and Drunkenstein right behind him for company. So we head down this next part, all the rear flaps open up as all the cars use their DRS. And no moves just yet. The gaps have actually, in the 2 laps that we've had racing again, the gaps have grown quite a lot actually, which is a little weird. But Jojo is out with a dominant lead already, once again.
Yeah, but he's got penalties. That is the thing.
Yeah, 5-second penalty. I'll actually quickly check if Cavalier has got a penalty.
Cavalier has not got a penalty. And GMCK hasn't got a penalty as well.
Well, Cavalier is on the verge of getting his first penalty. He is sitting on 2 warnings.
But so is GMCK.
Yeah, so if they stick with Jojo, which is going to be hard, they can still steal this race win with Jojo's 5-second penalty.
Even with his 3-second penalty, you know. But that 5-second penalty is probably going to get removed. Usually if it's a little love tap you get, unfortunately, under the safety car, unless it was something pretty severe like it said it was. But it's usually a little tap. It's usually just a little tap that gets removed in the end, so take that with a pinch of salt. Guys, on board with PSV Tech, who's not overtaken Ferret yet. He's been stuck around him for a bit now. Heading through the middle sector, which sends you a little bit dizzy. We're just looking right.
We've got a big train from Ferret all the way down to Umuteli. We've got 5 cars actually battling away.
Yeah. Except for that, there isn't much of them. These 5 are all camped up all behind Ferret. As Drunkenstein has overtaken VTech, so he's looking more confident. Oh, VTech's out of the session.
A little bit of connection issues there. That's unfortunate there for VTech.
Commentator's curse. That train is no longer a 5-car train. It's the 4-car train now.
Commentator's curse is the worst. We come through. Jojo is still extending that gap towards Cavalier. And so if Jojo keeps going with this, he will definitely be able to breach that 3-second gap. Simba just receives a quick penalty for corner cutting through the center S.
Here we go, Drunkenstein on Ferret down the inside. I think that was a friendly move of these
Beautiful
two
move
are
there from
probably in a
Drunken
chat
Scene on.
together. So, being Turkish, both Turkish drivers. I think they're both friends. I think that was pretty orchestrated. He didn't really fight it. Here goes Simba. Possibly. No, he wasn't close enough. Cavilia's got the gap down a little bit. Nothing I've really noticed. It's about the same, to be honest. But as long as he keeps it under that 3 second and he doesn't pick up a penalty, he's won the race. And he hasn't won one for a bit, I don't think. Cavilian he's won one race this season. Austria.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that he was Jojo's championship rival and he's won one race all season. It says something, really.
Yeah, but Cavilian's been really consistent. He's always within the top 5 with his race results.
Here we go, Simba around the outside.
Very good there. Ooh,
oh, he's around
he
wide.
actually goes for the switchback.
He's trying to just
He's
carry
going to
more
have
speed.
DRS now.
Oh, he's got inside, that's dangerous. Ooh.
Woo!
I thought
Third, that was actually nice to leave him the room there. You've got a beautiful helicam on my screen. I don't know about you. Heading towards there we go. Simba gets the inside done.
Very close.
Beautiful move
Very
there.
close. If he'd have
And
turned
pretty
in.
soon DeSalva's
oh,
DeSalva's trying to come back at him.
I thought he was spinning then.
Oh, he's sideways.
Spinning. Look at the Ferrari.
There goes Mutelli.
Oh,
off the track.
Did he touch?
And into. Yeah, they touched, but on my screen, nothing broke on DeSalva's car.
Nothing broke. Oh, there goes Mutelli again. Wow. What a
But
drift.
his tires will be overheating now. His tires are going to be stupidly hot.
Oh my lord, they'd be dirty as well. You just see him sliding across the track. Oh dear. You could just see it happening. You could see the ferret coming around the corner. There he is sliding across the track. You couldn't write it. You couldn't write it. Couldn't plan that.
Jojo is now leading the way with 2.4 seconds to Cavilian. GMCK a further 2.3 seconds back. And Slash is actually caught up to GMCK. He is now within 1 second and will have DRS on the Williams driver. So a battle for the final podium spot is still on.
Yeah, them hard tyres proving not to have the pace, as you said. And also the top 5 predictions of both of us have kind of gone now.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. But there we go. So Osvaldo is nearly in the points as well. He's been upset.
Hawk is still running with that broken front wing, which I do not feel is the best decision. You lose so much time per lap with the broken front wing. I'll just come into the pit lane and
especially
switch
at this
it and
track
hope for a
with
safety
so many
car.
corners.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle sector.
Yeah, he loses just so much time. As officially Jojo has bridged that 3 second gap. Well, it looked like it for a split second there. It's 2.9 at this stage. And Slash is really close to GMCK for the final podium position. So we're going to see Racing Point versus Williams here for the final podium position. Slash opens up the rear wing, heading towards the 4th corner. It's very close. GMCK forces him to the outside. Very close between the two, but GMCK keeps his P3 for the moment.
Yeah, just about. Wasn't even on board with them, I was daydreaming a little bit. I was on board with Simba looking at Drunkenstein at the moment. These two have kind of been a little bit apart. They've been overtaking cars together basically, and now Simba's showing that he's got the pace to keep up with Drunkenstein. And I'm expecting that move to be inevitable at some point. But the top 4 are kind of in a different battle of their own. Jojo's outside at 3 seconds now, so he's just extending his advantage. And the only person that really kept him honest was GMCK on the same tyres, but on the hard tyres he's been nowhere. And obviously the hard tyres are a horrible tyre on this game.
Yeah. Here comes Slash on GMCK into the first corner. Beautiful move there from Slash. He actually just parks the car on the apex. Nothing that GMCK could do, and also GMCK, just for the fun of it, picks up a penalty heading to the center ace. Oh, that is actually that was a beautiful move there from Slash as he gets that racing point onto the podium. Question is now, can Slash go and catch Cavilian, because he seems to have really good pace.
Oh, incident, big incident. Simba and
wow, big crash.
Oh,
watch out,
everyone's coming.
guys! Oh boy, Drunkenstein just kept the car on the track. What was he doing? Poor Simba's
I don't
going
think he
way
could.
off track.
I don't think he could do anything because I went on board and I think there was contact and Drunkenstein got chunked to the inside of the track and Simba was on the outside of the track. So obviously Simba
We
could
luckily
run
don't
wide.
have a safety car. But Simba's trying to go to do rally racing with them
They
going
both got front
completely
wing
off track.
damage.
Yeah, I think Simba's got bigger front wing damage, or he's just driving
No,
very
Simba's
weirdly.
got. Drunkenstein's barely got any front wingers. I think they're both the same actually. Judging on that, Simba's just handling it worse. But yeah, I think while I went on board, Drunkenstein was on the inside, Simba was on the outside. So if Simba could get out of the way, Drunkenstein was in the middle of the track. So
I'm actually quickly going to check it on the stream. I do want to check the replay here.
If I don't know if Drunkenstein would have moved, the people coming up to him probably wouldn't. You know, if he'd have moved, he'd probably crashed them because they'd have went to avoid him. And both Ferraris are in, and Simba. And Matilda Drunkenstein.
Is it a lot to take from that? But we'll have to hear from the drivers what happened there to see if that was a racing incident. But furthermore, actually, Gavin Marquez sits the fastest lap of the race, now in P12 on the soft tyres. He will definitely be able to catch Popeye. I don't know if he's going to catch his teammate Umuteli. That's going to be a little bit of a big ask. But we will see what's going to happen here. We've got a very interesting top 10 at this stage. Look at Yagi-san, who's come out of nowhere to take P5 on his 24-lap-old medium tyres.
Yeah, Yagi-san is he's going to go backwards. But all these incidents that are happening, this will help him. And look at Packy G in P8. I mean, Oswaldo in P7 now. I mean, they were nowhere near the points, any points in this race. And,
yeah, this is the other.
But here we go. Around the
is going side by
outside.
side
That is a
with
beautiful
Vitek.
move. Beautiful on the outside.
Still
They're still
side by
going.
side.
I thought Vitek
But
had
Yagi-san
that.
has got the DRS, so Yagi-san will defend for this next part, but Vitek will have it definitely on the next lap. His tyres are basically half the age of Yagi-san's tyres.
Yeah, I thought Vitek had that one. Just holding it around the outside. It looked like he got his nose ahead, but it had been chopped on the exit, so maybe he slowed it down.
Little hesitant on the throttle there, heading through the third part of the Senna S. But he'll have it next lap because he just has to stick to Yagi-san. He just has to stick close to behind him.
So
And then he will definitely have it.
Packy G. He's looking at Vitek and Yagi-san again. Looking through this next one to Jun Sao. He's going to wait for the DRS. As Phil just took his car up the rear wing and try and get the best traction.
Let's quickly see here as we've got 8 laps to go. His stuff is looking very interesting. Here comes Vitek on Yagi-san. Yagi-san defends the inside, he hugs the pit wall. Going down the main straight on the outside once again. Vitek actually goes for the switchback as Yagi-san's very late onto the brakes. Oh, that was so close.
He gave him the space, let's be fair.
Wow.
He gave him the space because he knew he was coming back. Otherwise Yagi-san would have been round. He went for an opportunistic, to say the least, into the apex.
Yeah, and also Yagi-san's going to have to start worrying about his teammate in the other Mercedes, who's got to catch him on his fresher hard tyres. The hards are now going to come into play with everybody who's on the mediums, because the mediums will start dropping off from, say, 15 laps of age. So now GMCK and Oswaldo are going to come into clutch.
Is that a safety car? Is it? No, I don't think so.
No.
No, he's retired in the pit lane. Damn it.
Oh.
But his car's coming back out on track.
7 laps to go.
So, might call something. Did Jojo pick up another penalty, do we know, or is it still the same situation?
I'll quickly check that, if Jojo picked up another penalty.
Yeah, he's got another warning. He's on 2 warnings.
Yeah, so, Cavillion is still on nothing. Slash is also on nothing.
GMCK nearly hit the rear of Slash there. Getting very close.
GMCK does have a penalty though.
Yeah, for the battle's sake.
Yes, now definitely we can see that the hard tires are starting to come into clutch. But it's still going to be hard to overtake the mediums. It's going to be a very interesting race till the end here. This is sort of the Charles Leclerc v Alex Albon on the virtual GP about 2 weeks ago. The hards v the mediums till the end of the race.
Yeah, I think the hards will come to him because obviously the mediums will wear faster. But as you can see, Jagerson's done it for 27 laps on the medium, so I don't think there's going to be a problem to be honest with that.
Oh, Jagerson is just driving really well. He's really preserving those tyres to an extent that we just don't know how.
I'm expecting him to get a puncture soon.
Yeah, maybe.
6 laps, 33 laps on a... it's not happening.
That's going to be a tall task to ask. As now, oh, here comes GMCK on Slash. He goes up the inside of Slash. He leaves Slash out to dry on the curb. And now also, I think that Slash and GMCK are trying to chase down Cavillion because Cavillion keeps making mistakes, especially in the second sector. So if Cavillion keeps making these mistakes, he's going to have that Williams and Racing Point on his gearbox really, really soon.
Yeah, definitely. Jagerson's keeping with VTEC. I don't know how.
He's keeping him honest in some sort of way.
I don't know what hacks he's running at the moment, but he's doing okay.
Yellow flag in the first sector, Simba's off. Not a crash, it just seems like he went wide.
Yeah, his race.
Nothing too crazy.
He was doing a good race, and now look at him, he's nowhere. Packy G is down in P10, that's about it. I mean, Popeye is nearly in the points, and he's been last all race, which is interesting. Just another retirement.
We'll see if he gets that car into the points.
On board with Umatelli and Ferret. Will these two go for a little bit of a battle? Both on them soft tyres. Both will be catching Oswaldo Romero very quickly.
But they are really far behind. They've only got 5 laps to catch those guys.
Yeah, 9 seconds, but then fresh softs compared to 17 lap old hards.
Now the softs will gain a lot. No denying that.
Definitely. Oh, a big slide from Umatelli there.
As we've now got GMCK only 1.3 seconds behind Cavillion, and that gap is getting ever smaller.
Yeah, so them mediums are coming into their own. Them hards, should I say? It seems.
Yes.
And I don't think he'd be close enough to Jojo to be making anything happen, but Cavillion will win the race in general, but with that penalty probably going to get removed. I'm not 100% it will, but it might do.
Yes.
2 seconds still. No. I'm not sure.
Oh, Slash nearly loses it through the center ace. Oh, he had a big tag slapper going through the second part of the center ace, the middle part.
There goes
He was really eager on his throttle there.
Tires.
I don't know. How does he not have a puncture yet? 30 laps on Ward mediums.
I'm really confused.
Has he got like an anti-puncture mod installed maybe? I don't know. That is just like 30 laps on mediums around Interlagos, and you've got a few corners here that are high speed. The tires really take a hammering around some of these corners. If you want to know how to preserve tires, hashtag Yagi-san F1 driving school, here we come.
Drive around at 2 miles an hour.
Well, he's at P6, so he's definitely not driving 2 miles an hour.
Oh, got into sector 2.
Oh, it's fair to South and Umuteri. They have had some sort of entanglement there.
And look at Packy G though. he's taking advantage of all this. Has he got any...
Jojo gets another 3-second penalty.
Oh, he's left the session.
Umuteli has left the
And
session.
that puts Popeye in the points.
I don't think he didn't think he was gonna get points today. As we just have
No
now
one thought he'd get points today.
two 3-second penalties for Jojo. So for Jojo's got 6 seconds to his name. If we exclude that 5 seconds that you think is going to be removed.
Got damage. No, he's got away with it.
I think he got away with it. Okay.
Yeah, but he's got Packy G just behind him now. But looking at these three, GMCK is pretty close.
GMCK and Slash is now close to Cavillion, so we've got a battle for P2 on the grid here.
Yeah, definitely. With the last few laps to go, Cavillion hasn't got a penalty yet. which is quite amazing, really. At this point, GMCK is close to another penalty. Slash also doesn't have a penalty and has M2 warnings. As
Drunkenstein has retired.
In the pit lane.
He has retired from the session.
Which pretty much guarantees Popeye's point.
Yep. He's going to secure himself one beautiful championship point in P10.
It's really weird how we had 0 retirements and now all of a sudden we have all of these. I mean, we can count Umatelli in the retirements as well.
Yagi-san is coming to the pit lane. He has gotten a puncture. You called it. Yagi-san has got a right front puncture and he is going to come into the pit lane. That is so sad. He's over to the soft, so he might be able to steal fastest lap here.
He's not even going to lose a position. Or is he? I mean, here comes...
No, he lost a position to his teammate, to Oswaldo. And he might lose it to De Souza. Let's quickly see.
Yes. Just.
Let's see if Yagi-san can go for the fastest lap.
Paki G will not come through. He's going to lose it to Ferret. So he's going to re-overtake Ferret. And he's not going to get close to Oswaldo.
Yeah, GMCK is really close to Cavilion.
Around the outside he goes. He's going to bomb it. Cavilion goes a little bit deep. Doesn't really find the apex.
Yeah,
look at GMCK's line. Look at that for a line. Found both apexes perfectly. And he's already got the inside line. Cavillion's going to give it up.
Yeah, there's nothing a Cavilion can do about that. That is GMCK into P2. So your P1 and P2 are actually right on the dot. You should have put money on this.
Not quite. We've got Cavilion in P3. We've got Slash just in behind in P4. I'm expecting him to put a fight to Cavilion, because for Cavilion it doesn't look confident. He hasn't really ever looked confident at any point, really.
Yeah, but look at VTech also, P5. Where did VTech come from in the Star Rosso? He's just there. Keeping a low profile the whole race, and he's going to steal a P5.
Yeah, he's run a nice race. He hasn't got involved in any incidents, and yeah, this will be one of his best results of the season, I think. Where is he in the championship? Where is he? Oh, he's P9 in the championship, and this will be his joint best result. He's got, he's finished in this position 4 times this season. in a row.
Okay, good in a row. VTech.
In Spain, Monaco, Canada, and France.
Damn, he likes the number 5. But we have started the final lap of the penultimate round of the season. Jojo leading the way with a commanding lead, as now Cavilion is trying to get his P2 back from GMCK, but he's just not close enough. We might have a drag race to the line. If he can stick with GMCK, it looks like Slash has given up a bit. He's hanging on by just the skin of his teeth. 8 tenths to Cavilion. VTech's in a world of his own, as long as Oswaldo's got to get a beautiful top 10 if he keeps it. Yagi-san goes for the move on Ferret de Souza. He gets P7, and on his final lap, let's see if he can pull off the fastest lap of the race for that extra point. Okay, as Jojo is around the final corner and heading towards the line. The Season 7 dominance continues for Jojo79 as he takes the win here at Interlagos. Beautiful running here. Let's see, GMCK has got to come through in P2. Cavilion is just too far back. It's GMCK who takes P2. Beautiful racing from these guys. But actually, Cavilion is going to jump GMCK with GMCK's penalties. And Slash has taken P2.
That's right. He didn't get a penalty either.
Oh, wow. But we'll see if that 5-second penalty gets removed from Jojo with the stewards. So if you look at it now, it will be Jojo, Cavilion, and Slash as your top 3. Very sad day for GMCK, to be quite honest. He drove beautifully today. Oswaldo takes P6.
Only 2.6 behind VTech in the end. No, it's quite impressive actually.
Yes. Yagi-san is going to come through to take P7. Will he take fastest lap though? He comes across the line, and no, it is not fastest lap. P8 for Ferret de Souza, and P9 will go to SLR Packaging for Renault. So Renault have a little bit of a celebration.
P8 for
P8 actually, okay. Nice. Wow, what a race. A lot of unpredictabilities happened in this race. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was a close race, and Jojo doesn't win for once, which is nice to see. In fact, 3rd, which is
but we will get the Yeah, we'll get the results later on, obviously from the stewards, whether that 5-second penalty will get removed.
Also,
which
this
I'm
makes
sure will.
things slightly interesting in the championship. Where did Slash finish? He finished second, so 18 points. He's now two points behind Owen with 1 race to go. Yes, for third in the championship.
Wow, okay.
Yegerson, where did he finish? 8 points. I don't think he can even do it. How many points has he got?
We've got an interesting time coming up at Abu Dhabi, but just quickly going through the finishing results. Cavillion takes P1, according on track, but we'll see about the penalties. Slash takes P2, Jojo P3, GMCK with a disappointing P4. I think he would have wanted more. VTech takes a very, very lofty P5. Oswaldo P6 and P7 for Yagi-san, so it's both Mercedes in solid points. Packagee takes P8 with Ferrer de Souza P9 from McLaren, and somebody who I'm sure didn't think he was going to get points, but with 22 seconds worth of penalties, Popeye is going to take the final championship points he had in Interlagos. Well, Neen, I think we've got a very interesting round coming up for the final time at Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, very close. It's interesting to see if that safety car didn't come out. What would have someone like GMCK done with a bit more time on his hands?
Yeah, I think the safety car ruined it for him.
Yeah, definitely. That's what he's saying to me anyway. But it'd been very interesting. But that's how's your luck, really? I'm expecting Barry to be back next week, so I can have my Saturday off, hopefully, and focus on the Sundays. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. I'll be commentating on T1 and T2 tomorrow with Jose. So hopefully we can have some good races as well. Tomorrow should be very close.
Yeah. Good luck with that one, and thank you everybody for watching. I will see you next week, and I will be